Oh my goodness. So yeah, nobody has won an NBA title in the Jordan era. We are approaching the 2000-2001 season. 6-year-old me is loving life, watching wrestling and Rocket Power and Cat Dog and all that and Keenan and Kel. I'm loving life. I'm living life. What a beautiful time this is. Except for my basketball team who can't win a damn thing. Not a damn thing. My controller's also not working right now, so that's going to be good. All right. So, let's get to this draft. A reminder for the moment of what your roster looks like. Reds, ask away. I'll see if I can answer said question. But yeah, we will we'll have to wait and see what happens here, won't we? We'll have to wait and see. Deeks franchise, the Timberwolves got Shaq, of course. Yeah, this is your team at the moment. Penny, Vince Carter, Reggie Lewis, Dirk, Jermaine. So long-term forward would be pretty nice. For me, I don't even know anymore, man. Fisher and Sura, got Ricky. I did re-sign Mashburn. I'm in a weird spot where I just need best player available. We are off to the 2000. What a beautiful year. The 2000 NBA draft. Portland Trail Blazers, number 1, select Kenyon Martin. The Denver Nuggets legend, Kenyon Martin. I did see the Slavkovsky play. If he does that at the NHL level, he's going to have a short career. The second overall pick, Golden State selects Hedo Turkoglu. Hedo Turkoglu. Orlando Magic legend. Second overall to Golden State. Third overall, the Indiana Pacers take Quentin Richardson. We'll at least go through the top 10 for the real players. Fourth, Detroit takes Rod Bass. I say real players, and immediately we got a computer-generated one. Houston Rockets at 5. Stromiel Swift. Headband and all. Charlotte at 6. Trade the pick along with Danny Ferry for Jeff Warren and a 2004. We're at the point where 2004 first rounders. Oh, God, that they're getting traded. I'm of the opinion the trend of throwbacks coming back, but it's based on nostalgia people feel for these jerseys. In my opinion, this isn't great. If you're what are you talking like in an NHL sense with custom jerseys or not custom jerseys, but throwback jerseys? Funny, and when I talked about that on the podcast today, that should be out in a little bit, if not tomorrow morning. And it's literally just about owners trying to recoup money that they lost in the COVID break. Just it's all about money. That's it. So my opinion of it, with all these throwback jerseys, it's same thing as teams putting, Brian Cardinal went 7th. It's all about just teams trying to make money. That's it. So, Golden State at 8. Trade the pick. Kevin McHale for Rod Bass. Jesus. This, nice mustache. Let's just go ahead and sim to one of our picks. This draft is brutal. So, Orlando on the board at 12. Let's see who is available. What do you think of the U.S. World Cup jerseys? I did not see them. So in this draft, if you were to look at a point guard, Elliott's computer generated. Curtis Grant is also computer generated, as is Art Maxwell. So pretty much Eddie House, and let me tell you, Eddie House is not a random white guy, but Eddie House is the best point guard available out of this draft. It's weird that his picture is a random white dude. Shooting guard, Jamal Crawford. Probably the best player available right now. Harrison Cheeks. Not real. You might be thinking of Maurice Cheeks. But yeah, right now, Jamal Crawford's the guy. You also have Darius Miles. Darius Miles, decent player in this draft. Mike Miller. All right, Mike Miller's in this draft. Deshaun Stevenson. Eduardo Najera, also a real player. Mar Johnson. So there's also a lot more forwards available. Power forward, Marcus. Isn't that Kelly Olynyk? Marcus Fizer's in this draft. He is real, though. As is Mark Madsen. It's the 2000 draft. And then at center, Eaton Thomas is real. So I'm seeing a lot of people shout out Crawford. Amadou Ndiaye is also available. That trailer pissed me off. Danny, what didn't you like about the NHL trailer? Seeing some Mike Miller mentioned. All right, I think it's going to be between Crawford and Miller. So either shooting guard or forward. Not really seeing anybody else mentioned, so let's do this. So it will be a who? Will it be Jamal Crawford at shooting guard, or will it be Mike Miller or even Darius Miles at forward? That poll is up. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what you think. But yeah, the 2000 draft isn't the strongest. Mike Miller is the last player left that hasn't been drafted yet who broke 10,000 points IRL because Michael Redd, Milwaukee Bucks legend, is not in the game or was already selected. So we'll see. They put in the gold helmets? Yeah. Well, you knew they were going to put in the gold helmets for Vegas and LA with the chromed out ones. All right, not even close. Jamal Crawford's the pick. Done deal. Done deal. So Jamal Crawford off to the Orlando Magic. Got the Timberwolves coming up at 16th. 13th, Marcus Hunt off the board. New Jersey at 14, take Gary O'Neal out of high school. And Denver takes Luis Moore, so somehow Mike Miller falls to me with this pick. I'll take him. Done deal. Done deal. Let's move forward. Magic are on the clock again. Eddie House is still there. Eddie House still probably the best guy left. Not that you want to take another guard. Najera was okay. DeMar Johnson was a little bit worse. It's a bit of a rough call from here. It's a shame nobody sent you guys a draft pick. What point do we give up? We're not giving up. Is it a rule that you have to take real players? No, but it's more fun that way. We're not giving up. We go for as long as it takes. For as long as it takes. And then Thomas is there as the big man. So honestly, your top player left in this draft is Eddie House, even though, again, that random white man is not Eddie House.
Oh, good for you.
An USC fan, thank you for the follow. That would be 2 shooting guards in this draft. But a little bit of depth in that positions. Actually, no, it would be 2 guards in this draft. Any disagreement to Eddie House? He is the top dude left for you guys. I mean, shit, especially if you guys are actually considering the idea of letting Penny go if you were to get a trade offer for him. Eddie's the guy to take. It's going to be Eddie. He's the best player left. Let's just get that deal done then. Eddie House. Going to Orlando. Thoughts on the Chargers in Kansas City. Chargers going to Charger. Timberwolves up next. Kind of upset I didn't get a trade offer. Azure is still available. Is that the Mamadou or Najera? Well, I'll go for the forward, I guess. Especially because Ndai is 25. DeMar Johnson, Israel, yeah. Eduardo, welcome aboard. Welcome. And you guys get one more pick in this draft. El Amin is a real player. This draft is terrible. This draft is one of the worst ones. And we do try to take real players because it is a hell of a lot more fun that way. Might as well take Mamadou at this point. So there you go, chat. Keeps it pretty simple for you guys. Nothing too crazy, just the best players available. Yeah, highest rated dudes at a 78. Oh, Michael Redd was in the draft. He went 9th. Okay. Speedy Claxton was in the draft too. You guys get Jamal Crawford at a 74. We'll go ahead and double check what this draft looked like for us. So, Jamal Crawford, $4 million. 74 overall. What do we got for it? B- potential. You gotta make a choice as to whether or not you think he's worth that. Eddie House at $2.5 million, C- potential. Probably not gonna sign Eddie House at a C- potential for $2 million. And then Mamadou, D+. Okay. So pretty much, you know you're letting go of the other two because they're tragic. It's just, are you willing to pay Jamal Crawford that much money when he has a B- potential? That is the question. So we will leave that poll option up to you. Let's see what you guys think. Yeah, it's a lot of money. For me, let's double check Eduardo here. Yeah, B potential, 71. I'll sign him for that. And Mike Miller, 20 years old, B potential's not that bad. I'm going to keep both of my guys. That's a decent price to pay for Mike Miller. But I'm willing to do it. Catch and relief sport drafting. Basically, you never know what some of these potentials are going to be. There have been some pretty harsh ones. There have been some pretty harsh ones served up. Chat leaning towards keeping Jamal, which is fair. Again, solid player at a 74. It's just how much better is he going to get? A 2-year deal worth almost $4.75 million. All right, we're going to call it. Jamal Crawford stays in Orlando. But House and Mamadou are out. Player options. All right. So for you guys, oh boy, here we go. So this will have to... this is going to be a tough call. So Austin Crozier. He's been good for you guys. He is currently dealing with a cracked neck vertebrae. So a pretty rough injury. He should be good to go by the start of the season. Should be. He's not that expensive. Yeah, 74 rated. You'll have to make a decision on Crozier. Cowens, let's see, 20 years old for him. B potential. Okay, he's definitely worth keeping. Then there's Derek Anderson. 75 rated. Honestly, not that bad of a contract. And then obviously Dirk and Vince. So, personally, I would probably keep everybody. Is there anybody Chat wants to propose not keeping. I mean, if you wanted to save a little bit of money for free agency, you could get rid of Anderson and Crozier. But at the same time, they do provide pretty solid depth for you. So, let me know if there's any objections to that. Reds, he's going to be healthy by the start of the season. Let's see, for me, oh boy. Oh, O'Donnell has been pretty good. Don't know how I feel about paying Woodson that much money. And then Ricky. All right, there's been a couple of things proposed. So it'll be a what do. Let's see. Actually, it'll be a keep. Anderson, Crozier, both. Neither. Polls up for you guys to make that decision. I got to double check. Yeah, I really don't have someone to replace Woodson right now. Boy, do we have forwards. I pretty much have to keep all of my dudes. Even if the price isn't exactly what I want to pay, I can't really afford to lose any of these guys. So let's see what you guys choose to do. Again, if we look at your roster, I mean, you do have Grant. I believe his deal is up, though. So losing Crozier could be a bit rough. And then Anderson, it is true that you just drafted Jamal Crawford, who could replace him, and you could save a little bit of money. That is true. That is true. So right now, chat only leaning towards keeping Crozier. Obviously, Carter and Dirk are given. So is Cowens. We'll see what happens here. As much as I don't want to re-sign everybody, I pretty much have to. Foyle, Davis, and Woodson. Got to keep Ricky. Pretty much have to keep Woodson. I could get rid of Foyle in favor of keeping Theo, but I'd rather have both of those. Went back-to-back starting in the 2000s, first in 2011. That's dope. I never start there doing it. I mean, yeah, of course I'm doing it this way. All right, it looks like the decision is going to be made just to keep Crozier. Drop Anderson, keep the other four. Let's go ahead and call that. Let's go ahead and call that. So Derek Anderson, after the Jamal Crawford pickup, he'll be dropped. And we push forward. Larry Johnson might be leaving Denver. Mark Aguirre. Oh, look at that. Gary Payton and Karl Malone might be free agents. Qualifying offers. We'll look at the Magic. No reason to not keep Jermaine and Doliak under qualifying offers. They're your top two centers. If you wanted to let Doliak go to try to get Tyson Cowens more playing time, you could do that. Doliak's not going to get too much better, but he's also pretty inexpensive. So let me know if there's any arguments to keeping Michael Doliak. I doubt there will be, but let me know. Obviously, you pretty much have to keep Jermaine or try to keep him. Let's see. Brian Houston, you can go. Travis Best, you can go. Griffin and Kelly. Pretty much just going to keep Derek Fisher, or at least try to with that qualifying offer. I'll have the chance to match it, but $5 million for Derek Fisher is a bit rich. Jesus. Jermaine's going to be expensive if he gets an offer. Yes, but you at least want the option to match it. So these are basically, it's like qualifying your RFAs in hockey. It's the same thing. All right. So free agency. They are RFAs. Iverson, Bryant, Nash, Allen, Marbury. All right. So for point guards, not that you need one. For the record, by the way, chat, just to set your expectations, you could afford anybody. You could afford to send anybody an offer right now. Literally anybody. Literally anybody. Indeed, Mike is a UFA, but he's also 37 years old. So for point guards, you do still have Penny, but Steve Nash is out there. Of course, Derek Fisher is mine. I'll pretty much match a deal or make you overpay for him. So if you were to go for a point guard, we were on the Wolves. Ooh, good. I can afford to sign anybody. What can you guys do? Never mind. You can't sign Iverson. You could sign Kobe. So it looks like 11 million's your cap. Anybody that's listed at 12 million, you can't sign. Even Jordan's a bit rough. See, anybody over 11 million, you can't go after. But again, point guard wise, you have Penny still. Makes no sense to really go after Steve Nash. It honestly doesn't really make sense for you guys to go after Iverson or Kobe either. Kobe would make more sense, but you can't guarantee that your coach will actually play Kobe at forward over guard. Same with Ray Allen, although you can't afford Ray. So that's kind of the one rough thing there, is that you can't guarantee it wouldn't put Kobe or Vince as your sixth man, which is a decent amount of money to spend there. In terms of forwards, and it's true, like, you also got to think of Jermaine. You got to think of Jermaine. So, I mean, you could go for somebody, but you're going to have to choose between them and O'Neal. Yeah, veterans Johnson, Aguirre, Peja's out there as an RFA. You could afford to send him a deal. So yeah, that's the issue, is really you got to think about what's up with Jermaine O'Neal. Antoine Walker's out there. He wouldn't be as expensive. Same as Steven Jackson. You afford Michael Jordan. You could. Not. You cannot afford the MJ. Sharif Abdur-Rahim's out there at power forward, but again, probably too expensive. Old Sean Kemp. And then at center, again, you have Jermaine O'Neal now. He's an RFA. And in terms of centers, he's your best option. It is in your best interest to keep him. I know, like, old man Ewing's out there. Ilgauskas is out there. But there you go. You at least know who is out there at this point. But remember, Jermaine O'Neal is an RFA. Oh, for me. I mean, Camby, Ilgauskas, nifty little Jermaine O'Neal. Wouldn't be that bad. Oh, power forward wise, Sharif Abdur-Rahim would be pretty damn good. He would be pretty damn good. Again, I got Derek Fisher. I have Ricky Davis, Bob Sura, Mashburn at forward. Woodson at power forward. So pretty much just don't go for a forward. Trade someone. You can't actively trade someone. You need to get an offer for them, and that's very rare at this stage of a season. Let's see. God, I could go for Jermaine. I could go for Abdur-Rahim. Could go for Peja, but it's not my biggest position of need, although I'd love to sign Peja or Antoine Walker. And hey, look, it's Latrell Sprewell who left, and I couldn't do anything about it. And Steven Jackson's expensive. Then obviously Iverson or Bryant. All right. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm going to attempt to do. Chat, have you come to a decision? Have you come to a decision on what you're going to attempt to do here? Because I know what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. Kobe Bryant plays for the Phoenix Suns in this reality. So my best option is to go after Kobe Bryant and to try to drive up the price. And apparently you guys are thinking the same thing. We're both going in for Kobe then. I need to do what I can do to go after him and try to get him the hell away from the Suns. And if the Suns are going to keep him, I need to make sure they pay top dollar for him. So I guess we're both going in on Kobe. We'll both offer the best deal we possibly can. If I was you, I would personally, well, you can't go after Iverson. You can't really go after Nash. I don't remember who Abdur Rahim plays for at this stage. He plays for the Knicks. I'd try to weaken an Eastern Conference opponent, like New York, to get to where you need to go. But you do you. So the Timberwolves offer to Mr. Bryant. Player option. It's not the most I can offer him. Let's actually look at the offers. It's just the qualifying offer. That's it. I'm going in then. Kobe, do you prefer more or less years? He does prefer more years. Player option doesn't really do much in terms of moving the deal. The extra year might not do much. The player option doesn't do much. Anything beyond 2 years, and he doesn't really acknowledge it. So honestly, I'm willing to do it. I'm going to go in for a 2-year deal on Kobe. Max offer for me. I'm going for it. For the record, chat, your max offer, you can offer the same amount. You have less cap room to be able to do it. But you could go for something like that. I'm not going to tell you no. I'm personally okay. Again, remember we agreed to a truce to reduce hostilities because we're desperate for one of us to just win this fucking thing. So I'm cool with you going after Kobe too, and honestly, I hope you get him. It's better than him staying on Phoenix, because I can't get past Phoenix if he's there. Some people mentioning Peja. I also wouldn't mind you going after Peja, considering he is on San Antonio. He as well only has the qualifying offer, so you could. You could. All right. Best offer you can for Kobe. So I'm going to go with the 2-year deal. You guys, it's best for you to go with the 4-year deal with the player option. Hopefully one of us gets him to get him the hell away from the Suns. Peja's more realistic. All right. Yeah, it is disputed enough. It is disputed enough. Will it be Kobe Bryant or Peja Stojakovic? Both fantastic players, obviously. See what you guys think. That poll's up. I mean, you might as well do a player option just to try to win it over a little bit more. But at the same time, it wasn't moving his interest meter at all. So that's the one deal. That's why I only went for the 2-year deal. Just to try something different. Looking like Kobe's going to win this out here. It's doubled up in the vote so far. Oh, we'll give it until the halfway point, but it's looking like the Bryant vote is going to win out, and it is. All right, so we'll pretty much have you guys send out the max offer you can for Kobe, give him the player option just to make him more interested. In theory, we're both going after Kobe. Let's see what happens. I am desperate to see him leave Phoenix. I have not heard back from him. What about you guys? Kobe Bryant has agreed to a deal with the Orlando Magic. Gets him the hell off of Phoenix. So at the very least, you're one step closer. The Suns will have a chance to match. It's not guaranteed yet. Again, he's an RFA. So really quickly, if we take a look. Ooh, yeah. So, I mean, if you go for this, it's guaranteed that you are out on Jermaine. So here's the big decision, chat. Here's the big decision. You can risk it You can risk it for Kobe. The Suns have a chance to match. You risk it for Kobe, or you say screw that, and you make sure you protect Jermaine O'Neal. So you have a big option there. You can risk it for Kobe. Play it safe for Jermaine. Those are your two options right now. Those are your options. The poll is up. You would be able to protect Michael Doliak, and that's it. Doliak's the only other player that you would be able to protect. You can't cap hold O'Neal while also going after Kobe. You go after Kobe, the only player that you can also protect is Doliak at center, which you're going to need to, because it pretty much means Doliak will be your starting center. So that's the situation. It's either Kobe and Doliak or Jermaine, Grant, Williamson, Doliak. Will you still have the qualifying offer in for O'Neal? I'm not entirely sure. Considering you would have to renounce his rights, I don't think so. I think you would hereby separate yourself from Jermaine. That's how it reads to me, at least. Hence the risk it for Kobe, which is what's going to happen. It's a done deal. You guys are going to risk Jermaine O'Neal, which is a huge fucking risk, to try to sign Kobe Bryant. You're also going to lose Brian Grant, Corliss Williamson. You already agreed to lose Derek Anderson. So for me, knowing I am not in on the Kobe sweepstakes, I will cap hold Derek Fisher, and I am cool with letting those other guys go. Here we go. The Suns have matched the deal for Kobe. Fuck. Well, the Suns are fucked because they have to pay him a boatload of money. And you guys are kind of fucked. However, never mind. You're still fine. You're fine. Because the moratorium period's not over, so you're actually okay. There you go. It's not as bad as you thought there, then. So you can cap hold Jermaine still. You said you were going to lose Derek Anderson by choice, which is fine. But you're good to keep everyone else there. I mean, you could keep this group of guys, but who cares? Like, they're just depth. Yeah, Williamson, Grant, Doliak, O'Neal. Worth keeping them. If we look at your roster, worth keeping Grant in case of the Crozier injury, and Reggie's your starting forward, so definitely worth keeping Corliss. Yeah, still worth letting go of Derek Anderson. And then these guys, like I said, you could sign, but it's like, yeah, why bother? It'll give you filler players. I was really, really hoping that Kobe was heading your way. We're in the Kobe era during the Jordan era. It's true. It's true, but we are still in this alternate reality of certain people being on different teams. So. All right. So the free agency period, I am having to make sure it doesn't drop Jermaine O'Neal for you guys pretty much every week. Oh my God, will somebody please send Jermaine an offer? There we go, now I don't have to do anything. So certain people might be leaving, we don't yet know what our rosters are going to look like. We'll see. Fisher gets an offer from the Suns. Bastards. Screw you, I'm matching that. You're not keeping Kobe and getting Derek Fisher. Eat pant. Doliak and Jermaine O'Neal both stay with the Magic. So Penny goes up by a point. +4 for Vince, +5 for Dirk, +3 for Jermaine O'Neal. Fisher's up by 1, Davis up by 2. But yeah, my roster's hurting at this point. You guys still have the best opportunity for either of us to actually frickin' win something. Please. We've made it to the 2001 draft class. Good God. So, in terms of future picks, no extra picks for you guys, no extra picks for me, because neither of us thought that we'd still be here. This draft does feature Gilbert Arenas, Jason Richardson, Pau Gasol, Tony Parker, Richard Jefferson, Tyson Chandler, Shane Battier. It's decent and then falls off pretty fast. Zach Randolph, Eddie Curry. Number 1 pick, Eddie Curry. Gerald Wallace is towards the bottom there. It's another okay one. It's another okay to good one. Not the most depth in the world. Oh boy.